Hey there, are you planning to do a judicial internship in the nearby future? This video by the mentorship project will clear all your doubts regarding the same. So keep watching. My name is Anirudh Wadhwani and I'm a 4th year law student at National Law University Nagpur. In this video, I'll be telling you about my experience under Justice M S Sonak of Bombay High Court at Nagpur bench. Let's begin by understanding why to do a judicial internship in the first place. So the three key benefits of a judicial internship are as follows. The first one is very obvious. Generally, internships in law are either litigation or corporate. In both these internships, you learn about how to argue the matter in the favor of your client. But in a judicial internship, you get to know about the judge's mindset. This understanding of law from the judge's point of view is very critical in your overall development of career. Generally, it is a misconception amongst law students that those who are preparing for judicial services in the future should do judicial internships. But this brings us to the second point as to all the students, irrespective of whether they are preparing for judicial services or not, should do a judicial internship at least once in their lifetime. And that is very critical when you either practice, do your own litigation, or you go to corporate, or you do judicial preparation. The third key aspect is for knowing how the courts work. So the same concept applies to here also. When you observe the court from inside the judge's chamber, you get to know how the courts actually work, and it cannot be learned by sitting through proceedings all day. You have to do one judicial internship in your career to know how it actually works from the inside. Now, assuming that you have decided to intern under a judge, what is the way by which you can apply? So the first and most common way is by emailing the personal secretary of the judge that you want to intern under. So the contact of personal secretary can be found out on the website of the respective court. If you want to intern under a high court, you can find out on the website of the high court, or you can do the same for the Supreme Court. It is generally more difficult to get a Supreme Court internship under a judge of Supreme Court because it is the protocols are much more and the applicants are many as compared to the ones in High Court. So I would recommend you start by a High Court internship, and if further interested, you can continue with a Supreme Court one. Key points before emailing should be that it should be at least 6 months before your desired duration of internship, and at least 3 weeks period of internship is desired by the High Courts and Supreme Court. So ensure these 2 points, and in your cover letter mention your interest, your areas of interest, and why you want to do the internship. The second way by which you can apply is by asking your college internship committee, and this is the method through which I luckily got an internship opportunity. And you can also approach your internship committee of the college, and they will help you provide a judicial internship. The time frame for this should be at least 3 months in advance, but it depends upon your college internship committee. For me, I applied it in September and got it in December. For the month of December I applied, so it was in September, and within 2 months my application was processed. You can also apply through the registrar of High Court. So High Court generally they have their own vacancies for internship, and you can check that on website, or you can ask the registrar by emailing him. So that can also be done, and it is generally twice in a year, like for 2 months in summer and winter, before summer break and before winter break, that they have their vacancies. But it is different for each and every high court, so you need to ask the respective registrars. Talking about my internship experience, the accommodation and transportation was very convenient because my hostel is in Nagpur. I am from National Law University Nagpur, so my hostel was nearby High Court, and daily travel by public convenience was very easy. The second thing is food, which is very easily available near the High Court. At the Bombay High Court at Nagpur bench, you can see there are stalls and everything, and you can get variety of food for affordable prices. Then moving forward to mentioning the tasks that were involved in my internship. So this is where the judicial internship differs from litigation and corporate. So generally in a litigation internship, what you see is that you have to research or draft something for the client, but under a judicial internship you have to research for the judge himself. So this is very interesting. Like for me, it was a very different experience, that I got to see the matters beforehand that were to be listed the next day, and Justice Sonak was humble enough to give me research work upon those matters, and it was a very good experience. Then I was also asked to prepare brief notes on whatever I have researched. So that in itself was a very different experience from my previous internships that were under with different AORs and corporate firms, but this was a new experience for me. And the third task involved attending court proceedings from early morning until the last proceeding. We had to sit in the court. During the court proceedings, I would generally take notes, and that would help me understand the matter and thereby research about it afterwards. So my overall experience of this internship would be that it taught me two major things, and that is the work culture of a high court is very different from that of any litigation or corporate internship you do in your life. So it is very formal, and the staff that is around the judges and how they greet them and how you have to be around them teaches you a lot. So this was a life-changing experience for me personally, as it taught me not only the etiquettes in a court, but it also taught me the insight of a judge's life. Because I remember my judge Justice Sonak was humble enough to invite me for a farewell dinner at his place, and all the staff members were there, and it was an amazing experience. And for the mentioned reasons, I would recommend every law student to try to get at least one judicial internship in his or her lifetime, and it is totally worth it. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe for more such content.